Russell Wilson and the Baltimore Ravens versus Matthew Stafford and the LA Chargers.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Baltimore Ravens. Of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And the quality of opponent goes up a notch here in this divisional round. But he's coming off such a sensational performance, I'm not sure he cares. 4 touchdown passes in the last game, and you'd have to imagine his head coach would sign up for that right now.
Shrugs him off. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Stafford.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded just inside the 30. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
He was brought down.
Levante David in on the tackle.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On fourth down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Akella Witherspoon. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick 6 for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick 6, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
15 yards is the pick up there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Pick up of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
Stafford's pass.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And it's 3rd down.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. Baltimore's set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. From the gun, it's Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now an inside draw. This is their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11.
Check back. Switch.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. It gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
I heard all the stories. I watched some of the tape of the old school guys, the throwback guys who were the punishing runners and knocked people aside to pick up yardage. I'm so glad I was sitting here today and got to see it with my own eyes.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Number 27.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Wilson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Wilson's pass forced to the ground and incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Second and 10.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And that is incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Taken from just outside the 30.
Return team.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Zane Gonzalez.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Shoves him aside. So possession goes over here on the punt.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
So out come the Chargers. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
At the 35-yard line.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This, the first of 4 Divisional Round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other Divisional Round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts squaring off against the New York Jets. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Up come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
Steven Nelson on the tackle. A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And to give this time to the tailback. Able to break the tackle, but then quickly brought down just outside of the 5. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Now Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. So that'll back them up 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Throwing is Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and forever. Here's Wilson to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter.
56,
At After the interception, here's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, fourth quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Chargers have taken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Gonzalez now to have the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Quick hitter here. It's complete. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display.
Michael Kendricks made the tackle.
The Ravens on 3rd down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. A beautiful fake. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. On 1st down, Stafford here. That one complete to Hill. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
31-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Not much there, only a yard. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
At the 44.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. That's Aguilar with it on the jet sweep, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Stafford. Looking middle, and that's complete. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. We're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
A gain of 1 yard. First down, Chargers.
Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is, because there's so much hard work, effort. You mentioned the hope to go on and maybe play in the big game itself. Well, let's see how they handle it, though. The offseason is going to be a long one for them because they're going to eat their heart out watching other people continue to play. But can they come back the next year and find it in them to make that same run again and maybe find a way to advance?
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.